We don't reiterate to Ron Jeremy's. Finish it. Crew, you did good for your first mission. The only thing is that these will get more and more dangerous. You have to realize what you're getting yourself into. The Time Council, in all its wisdom, is looking to expand its operation. Son, to be frank with you, there's a war with the Ron Jeremy's, and we're on the losing side. We could use more gentlemen like you. Welcome to Task Force 420.
Thank you, sir.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Talking Ball Club. Today we're going over a topic near and dear to a lot of our hearts, plate carriers. And I'm not talking about like what you would carry a China set around in. I'm talking about armor protection methods of carry, right? Gentlemen, I often get asked, how does he know that I'm on the toilet? How does he know? Well, where do you think I watch my YouTube videos? I'm either eating or I'm on the toilet. Food's coming in or food's going out. So leave a comment in the comment section down below. It's like we're connected in one of the most primal ways. Disclaimer about this video, if you are new here, I'm a big chimp and I do things hard and fast, and this isn't like a down and dirty scientific method. This is a quick look, observation, opinion kind of thing. So with that being said, I've warned you. Let's dive into the video. All right, so when I usually do a video, I dive into the gear. So this isn't necessarily a gun heavy video, this is more so a gear focused video. We're going over the Thorax from Haley Strategic. It should be released by now by the time this video goes live. What's my relationship to Haley Strategic? Well, Travis Haley is my clone father, so there is close ties, and I do have, you know, I have some skin in the game, but I'm gonna try and keep this as transparent as possible. So I like to let the audience know that, you know, I was cloned in a vat to be Travis's, fill-in at times in case things go really bad for him. And Ben Mookie, you know Ben, he's a Navy SEAL. I know you're a big Navy SEAL guy, okay? So absolutely. So, hey, on top of this roof. So with that being said, that full disclaimer is out of the way. Let's dive into the video. Let's talk about the gear. I've had some time behind this Thorax. Of all the plate carriers I've ran, this has been my favorite so far to wear. It's been the comfiest, right? So I've ran some other plate carriers. When I do a lot of the channel, if you followed it for a while, I ran the Faro Concept Slick for a long time. It's got good padding in here, and it's not bad for what it does. I don't run a lot of like heavy duty type use for plate carriers, right? I'm just a regular ass dude, so I'm not like out there kicking in doors, doing high speed gun guy stuff. I'm a concerned citizen, and I want my plate carrier to match my needs. So that's where I'm kind of coming from, and I believe every citizen should own a plate carrier to some capacity and be well geared up, right? Crazy, I know. Now here we have a T-Rex Arms. This one was like a secret squirrel one they sent me. I don't know if it's a secret squirrel, but they sent me a black one, and I don't think they do black ones. This one's not bad for what it is. For the price point, it's pretty good actually. I'll give them that much. But as far as like comfiness and longevity goes, which are big things because I don't want to be fighting in pain. I want to be fighting and dying potentially. At least a little bit comfier. So take it all with a grain of salt, right? I'm no high speedy guy. So with that being said, let's dive a little bit more into the Thorax. So after running the Thorax for a bit, I really got to ride around in a helicopter with the Thorax on with Papa Thumb. That was a different experience. I was not trained for that. My flat range ninja-ness did not excel me to that level. So I run a sword pouch on here, and I do get a lot of trash about not using it when I'm like reloading. That's because I'm trying to look high speed for the camera. And mainly I'm gonna use this thing for snacks. It's gonna be a great snack chip bag carrier for when you wanna put your hot Cheetos. And if you're dating a Mexican girl, your Takis in here, right? So everyone knows that if you're from Arizona, you know, your Mexican girls love their Takis. Love my Mexican girls. All right, so let's talk about the Mad Caddies itself. So these are actually pretty slick. So these are a long name. I'll probably like scribble in the name, but so far running these are actually pretty slick. This is all like the Big Chimp rundown version. They have like these options on front. I think they did these in collaborations with my my clone brother, Mike Jones, or we all know him as Grantham, right? So there's all this a dummy tourniquet for props and shit. But it looks like you can stuff some stuff in there. And also, yeah, this one, you can also stuff some stuff in there too, like a knife or something. I actually really like that, just in case you want to keep your hands free with stuff. I'm a big proponent of keeping as much stuff off my front of my plate carrier as possible because I want to be able to lie down. I've seen guys, whether it be military and law enforcement, where they want to stack a bunch of stuff in front of their kit and then they can't get prone. You see it a lot with cops. Like if you're ever out and about and you see cops and they have outer carriers, they'll a lot of times have a lot of shit going on up here. And I always think like, all right, how are you gonna lay down? But I don't think they're planning to lay down in case anything. But I'm like, I don't want to die, so I figure I'll lay down and return fire that way, right? So as far as this placard's concerned, of course, they take AR-15 mags, but surprisingly, they actually handle 308 mags pretty well. So I was jamming the FAL mags in there. Works just fine. They have a really good flex, as well as the 7.62 AKM mags. Now, of course, what I'd recommend is that you would ditch the bungee retainer if you're, say, using an AK mag. With the 308 mags, it's just fine, of course, and with your 5.56 mags, you can also, of course, adjust them. And they come with a Kydex insert in there for a good lock-in. So if you are actually a high-speed guy where you plan on getting into aircraft, boats, vehicle work, it can be a good fit for you. But I mean, depending on what you want. Of course, if you're a civilian and you want to do all this stuff too, by all means, it's going to be a good fit for you as well. AK stuff, the big thing and concerns when you're running an AK is the tab and the lips back here. So whenever you're running a mag pouch with them, what you see a lot with AK gear is that typically a mag pouch will be loose, such as on this parachuter gear. I'm a really big fan of their products and their service, as well as, say, Beardless Bank Robber. This rig right here is like a weird, like bastardized amalgamation of gear and parts. There's an HSP dangler, Faro Concepts Roll 1, T-Rex arm slick, and then the Spiritus. I ghetto rigged the Spiritus Bank Robber up into this. Now, you of course can fit 7.62 AK mag in here, and it's gonna fit fine, but you still run into certain lip issues. It might get caught, or you of course can rip it out. Now, actually, if you didn't see him, he was blessed off my new Squire, my Task Force 420 Squire. Trevor, come here. I don't want to have to take mine off because my lapel mic is hooked up to mine, so we're going to use yours for reference and talk about it. He's built proper. Go ahead and pop this off. Pop off your carrier. I want your carrier real quick. Watch out for your phone. All right, you meat stud. There you go. Get out of here. All right, you want to take your phone with you? All right, so if we reference, oh, it's a little sweaty, it's a little moist. So we reference this, there's some good padding going on inside of this carrier. It handles weight pretty well. So I do like this padding in here. I think what the price point of this is around $300 to $400 slick. And of course, when you start adding all the placards, I added on the backpack. I got the Roll 1 back here too for an additional IFAC, and then I have my IFAC over here. I'm lazy, I don't feel like popping mine off. So these plaques, you got the same triple nipple setup from Garantham, the collaboration with HSP, and he's got a radio pouch on his. We weren't running radios because we're just LARPing on the flat range, but if you're an actual professional, you're probably gonna want a radio, and they have some pretty good options for pouches with the radio. So I think they have 2 radio pouches. This is gonna be one for your bigger military style radios or maybe your law enforcement type Motorola's. As far as I know, a lot of guys and civilians run Baofangs. Bad news about Baofangs though, one click up and that drone's gonna find you, so just be careful and keep that in mind. Now we're also running, both of us, we're running the chicken straps. I like the chicken straps more than I like the MOLLE panel. Catch, ready? Good catch. So I like the chicken straps. So here are the chicken straps, and you can easily put level 4 armor along the sides. We didn't have any level 4 armor on for this. Guess I'll die, whatever. But they also have the MOLLE panel right here, and this should take level 4 armor as well. This just feels like it's grabbing onto you more, but if you want to have load-bearing stuff on the MOLLE, then you have that option. Biggest thing I don't like, and they may change in the future, is tubes and quick release. You can see on my Faro, I have the First Spear tubes on here. It's just for me a preference because if you're using this to a duty capacity or you're someone who plans to wear this kit a lot. I know it's gonna sound dumb, but airsoft kids and airsofters wear their kit a lot because they're going every weekend and playing it, and that's a big flex they have in the gun community. Say if you're one of those guys that only shoots like once a month, doesn't really train your kit, some airsofters is out there outworking you and your kit, so take that with a grain of salt. But that being said, right, so the tubes, why do I like the tubes so much? It's mainly because the tubes allow you to have a longer life without Velcro. Velcro, if you keep going on and off, it wears out the life and the durability. After time, you can see on mine, like the Velcro on here is very faded, it's very loose. It's because I've really beat the snot out of this Faro Concept Slickster. I think it was like a Gen 1. I've had it for years, right? It's done good, but I think a longevity thing is just not having to use the Velcro. Of course, I can also take these straps from this setup and throw it onto this setup right here, right? So I have that option. For the sake of the video and for the sake of keeping everything kind of together for the HSP stuff, I didn't do that. We play things, yet again, loose and fast here. I have a parachuter knife on here. It's inspired by the Nairobi slaughter. I think it's really called the Nairobi knife dangler. So it's pretty sick little piece of kit right there. Big fan of that. I like having a knife right here. They have buckles up here. You can hook up any sort of placard that you want to that has buckles. Yeah, so they have buckles if you want to hook up. If you have a placard that you want to use specifically that you like more than say this one, you swift clip buckles, velcros into the setup. Pretty nice. So in theory, I could do that with the Spirit Spank Arbor rig. It's going to be a goofy setup with the side straps. So this is just an inkling of its potential with the carrier. We haven't even scratched the surface of a lot of the products that they have that can come out with this. They have a lot of different pouches, attachments, so on, etc., right? Link to the HSP stuff will be down in the comments or in my description down below. So check it out there. You can try to see and poke around the website and kind of see what they got. I think by the time this video releases, the Thorax video of their announcing it should go live as well. It's gonna be a nice little hand in hand. Yet again, I am a big fan of Haley Strategic. I look up to Travis Haley. I think he's a really squared away dude. So I am a little bit biased on this stuff, and this will probably be my new favorite plate carrier. It of course does the most important thing in any sort of gun culture, any sort of piece of kit. It looks cool. That's what it has to do the best. They have a lot of wire mitigation and management if you're looking to run radios and stuff like that. I know my guys that are running Baofangs, Motorola's, Embitters. All right, like I said, you can find all this HSP products. There's gonna be a link in the description down below if you wanna go browse around, poke at their website. Should give you an option, so head on down there, check that out. I'm gonna close out this video. I've had a big, large word salad, one that you probably didn't want, but maybe needed. Get your diet back on track. Gentlemen, thanks for watching the channel. If you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, Patreon's an excellent way to support the channel. I release videos early to my Patreon viewers. They'll probably see this one early, maybe. I don't know. Merchandise is another excellent way to support the channel. Head on down there. There's a link in the description as well. As always, I'll catch you all on the flip. Stay easy, stay breezy.